Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, August 2nd. Welcome to August. Well, can't believe it. Kids are going to be going back to school soon. Although, not going to lie, I know kids hate it, but some of us parents are pretty excited about it. All right, well, let's take a look here at our markets. This is a look at the S&P Future 500. We are well off of the highs. We're not at the lows. We're kind of sitting here in the middle. And something I want to point out on this chart is look at this. We're just really caught in a channel here. So I'm going to draw this in. I'm going to take it out afterwards because it just leaves way too many lines on the chart. But look at this. We took a nice step up after coming back, tagging up the 50, coming back through the 20, right? We did it here. We did it back here and here and here and here. So this last time, that 50 was a little bit further away than the most recent time. So it felt pretty painful, but here we are marching right back up and now continuing to consolidate here across the futures. So overall, the market has just been really, just resilient, very constructive and resilient. We had a lot of big earnings out over the last couple of weeks, and we still have some more this week, and then we'll kind of start phasing out the really big name earnings. But we're going to look at a few reversals on those earnings, such as Amazon. Amazon just got the snot beat out of it here and was pushed way down, very like right in between that 50 and the 200 here. But you can see that we caught this point of control, and then we held in most of the day. We didn't continue selling. We didn't start buying. This, to me, a little bit of strength here. We'll see if we get that reversal. As of right now, we are looking to reverse up off of the close from Friday. So I think a nice little reversal is coming up in Amazon. FVRR is another one that is looking to reverse. This one had really nice flow on Friday, pushing it straight back up. So I kind of like the look in this. This one also has earnings coming. And then I am in a reversal play on SWKS. A little bit more room here. Push nicely up and away from the 50 this morning. I only took a half size on this because it is that reversal play. This morning we are just reaching up into the gap that's left here. Or that there's actually quite a large gap. Just touching up into the bottom part of that gap, rather. So we'll continue to monitor that and look to possibly add here after the open if it continues to march up nicely. If it starts to get weak, I'll just go ahead and cut it out. TDEP is another one that got hit pretty hard. Earnings is still coming up, but this one, a lot of resistance right ahead, but perhaps a small bounce. Reversal here in TDEP. And, Pinterest. That's the other one. Pinterest. This one did have earnings, kind of the same as Amazon, other than the fact that it's way below the 200. But the candle is kind of the same, so it's pretty quiet. We had the sell right out of the gate, hung in, for the most part of the day, just kind of quiet, just hung in here. So we'll see if the buyers step back in. There's a nice little level here you can see with this volume profile that is giving it that this candle came right down to. So that's kind of the level 58 that I would be looking at for a move back to the top side. Okay, but let's get into some other names that I am watching. Let's start out with technology. AMD, just a monster last week. Let's watch QCOM and see if we get that same kind of look. We have a beautiful inside candle on QCOM. We have a gap that we touched into on Thursday, so we're looking for a retest of that gap and continuation through that gap. Excuse me. On QCOM, I would be watching the 150s or the 155s. So, and they have them like the 820, the 917, whichever you prefer. I'm looking more out to the September at this point. There's very few in August that I would want to play unless it was just a day trade. But anyway, QCOM post earnings here looking great. Apple, this one on Thursday and Friday, I was looking for a close up over that 8. That would have been a signal to maybe start a little position here. It hasn't done that, but look how nicely we have that 3, 8, and 20 all clustered together this morning. We're pushing up just above this here and sitting at 146.91. So we are pushing up above all of these. If that holds in, I will look for a trade in Apple, and I'm watching the 917 150s on those. All right. We talked about AMD. Let's take a little move over into some basic materials. We had a nice trade in AA. AA is turning out to be a really nice, nice looking chart here. We closed up above this recent trend line, so now we're looking for a new entry above 40.70, 40.69, or 40.70. I like the 917 40s in AA. Basic materials doing pretty well. We're still talking about that infrastructure bill. They were supposed to, the prediction that it would have come out over the weekend. It did not, but there is bipartisan support on a $1 trillion. And then we heard that that the Senate Democrats were then going to turn right back around and push through another spending bill. So we'll see how that affects these. I would be a little cautious with them in case something falls apart here, but overall, the basic materials into that infrastructure look pretty good. STLD closed on the downside of the candle here, but nice push up, right? Little rest day. Now we're looking for continuation on STLD. This one's been on our list, I think, I don't know, 5 or 6 times here in the past couple of weeks. I like the 65 or the 70. If you want to play it short just as a day trade, I would go with the 820 65s. Otherwise, I'd push it out the 917 70s there. On STLD. Honeywell, looking for a breakout here post earnings. Really nice look here. That breakout is at 234.25. I'm watching Honeywell as well for the 230s or the 240s. I'll see which one of those kind of comes into play here through the day. We have some solars. I like ENPH. Clearly broke this short-term downtrend that we had. Nice move on, I forgot who pointed this out. Someone pointed this out on Friday. Really nice high end of day close and looking to clear out the resistance. I like anything over the high there from Friday. And on ENPH, I would watch the 200s. Now, I only saw the 820 200s on this for right now, so we'll see if that picks up a little bit more energy. Morgan Stanley, my goodness, this thing has been on my list as we just sit here and kind of quietly, just kind of sidestep here and accumulate. Now, buyers aren't stepping in to push it up. Sellers aren't stepping in to push it down. We are sitting right at 96.55 this morning, so right in the top of all of these wicks, looking for a break, an actual break and hold above that 97.20 in MS. And still looking at the 917 100s on those. All right. No, I forgot AMAT. This one was one that Edie brought up on Friday. Look at all this time here hanging around the point of control. Little inverse head and shoulders play. Look here. I like this. I like AMAT over 142.85, 142.90 area for a continuation up to that 146. So I would take a look at the 145s on AMAT. And then I'm just going to run through a few. I didn't set up his trades, but keep an eye on mRNA. BNTX, these just seem unstoppable. J&J much slower. I like the look in J&J as well. You could always play a biotech ETF, but the mRNA and BNTX have just been really unstoppable. They're coming into earnings, so they're looking really well, or looking really good. Costco, wow, look at Costco continuing to move on. It's moving on here this morning, so keep an eye on that. Nike's looking pretty snazzy as well, and I like Starbucks. Starbucks, we played this move, had a really nice move, topped out for a couple days, pulled back, and is now holding this trend line, which had previously been resistance. It is now turned into support, looking for a reversal off of this to come back up, test the gap, and move along. All right, that is about it for me today. I had a whole bunch on my list, but these are the only ones that I'm pushing out here this morning. Again, pay attention to basic materials, anything that has to do with infrastructure. Infrastructure isn't just roads and bridges. It is also 5G, so take a look into those names as well. Look at the names that have been hit particularly hard over earnings in the last week or so, and watch for those reversal plays. And that's it. Remember, we are moving up in the SPY, but we are moving up. We are continuing to move up very cautiously with small candles, and that's how we need to trade. The price action here in the SPY is telling us just, take a little less, or maybe take a few less trades, fewer share size, whatever it is that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. But until the market gives us a clear boost in a particular sector, we'll just be patient and take the plays as they come to us. Remember, the candle, we can sit in oversold or undersold, low RSI, all of these things. We can sit in those conditions for a very long time. Meanwhile, the price action, the candles, is telling us that we are continuing to march north, even if the march north is a little bit more flat at the moment. All right, I hope everyone has a wonderful Monday. If you have any questions, reach out, Heather C. at GivingTreeTrading.com.